Hi everyone, basically today I want to do a quick video just about suicide and suicide shame, and this is kind of stemmed from the Find Mike campaign that's been going on in England by Rethink, which is where a guy was called Johnny was trying to find this guy who prevented him from jumping off Waterloo Bridge and to thank him basically. And it was a big campaign to find out who this guy Mike is, who actually was this guy called Neil, and to be able to say thank you. And I think it's really important that we talk about suicide because we often hear about people being survivors of cancer and survivors of physical illnesses, but people don't often say that they've survived suicide. And so I think it's something that we need to talk about. So basically, yeah, I've tried to commit suicide a few years ago. I took an overdose in a train station, and it was kind of premeditated, but I didn't expect to do it at that point. I sort of planned it, and then I got really distressed, and it all sort of spiraled out of control. I ended up in the hospital. But there's been other times when I've been very suicidal and my mood has been very low, which luckily I haven't had for quite a while now, but I can understand the shame we sort of feel, particularly when we've survived suicide. Why do we feel this shame? Well, it's often because we feel very exposed and vulnerable. We obviously didn't think that we'd deal with other people sort of recognizing that we were in a crisis or talking to us or being angry and hurt, because a lot of people do get these sort of emotions, and it can cause us a great deal of shame, particularly if we've done it in like a public place or a public setting. It can cause us a great deal of sort of anger and frustration at ourselves for, number one, not being successful often when you're still in that crisis, and number two, for being exposed to everyone. I can tell you that I'm 100%, a million percent so glad that I survived, and I'm so grateful that I got this opportunity to sort of continue my life, and help was brought in when it was needed. And the majority of people I know who have sort of been through these sort of suicidal attempts and experiences and thoughts are often glad once they, at the time it seems like it's never going to get there, but you can get there and you will get there, and the majority of people I know are so glad that they survived. I think one thing that we can feel a lot of upset about is people don't understand what suicide is and what it is to be in that situation. For example, I know if you are on a train and there's been a train delay and it's because of someone of unfortunately taking their lives, people get angry and upset. How dare that person be so selfish? That person probably has a family or friends or a partner or something like that. But they don't understand that when you're in that situation, you don't see another choice, and you actually think you're doing the selfless act because you don't feel like you deserve any of this, or that these people will be better off without you in their lives, or the world would be a much better place. You actually think you're doing the right thing. And I think there's a lot of stigma about suicide, that it's attention seeking, but believe me, if you're trying to kill yourself, you can't get the attention when you're dead. So it's completely far from the truth that it's attention seeking. But I think it's something really misunderstood and really hard to sort of come out of, but it does make you a hell of a lot of a stronger person, because it makes, particularly if you have survived a suicide attempt, there is a whole big reason that you have, and you should be grateful that you've been given this opportunity, and let it give you strength, and let it give an insight that you do need help, and you need people to listen and to understand. And I know that the minute I talk about eating disorders, people are beginning to listen to me. The minute I mention the word suicide or self-harm, people still step back. It's still sort of not recognised to be a really serious problem that's usually got an underlying mental illness or problem at the core of this really difficult feeling and emotion that is so overwhelmed that all you can do is try and stop that emotion. From my understanding, I know that I never wanted to die. That wasn't my aim. I wanted to die, but I wanted the emotion to stop. I didn't actually want to die. I just wanted to stop this emotion that was too big for my body, and I had no idea how to do that. And the only way I could do that was through trying to take my life. And the reason I got through this was because I then realised I had this strong support network around me, and I began to seek help and realise that it can be got through, and seeing people and listening to people tell me their stories, which is why it's important for me to tell mine. When I was in hospital, they told me that they had been through it themselves or friends, and they're so glad they came out the other way. It just made me so appreciative that I have still survived this and that I can be part of this sort of, that I can actually live my life, because life is worth living. But it's so hard to say that and see that when you're in that place. So please try and reach out. That's all I can say to you, is that it's okay to say I'm having suicidal thoughts. It's okay to go to an A&E and be, I feel at risk of myself. And I think that is what I've learned, is to be able to say I'm at risk, I'm afraid of myself right now, I need help, and recognizing that. And more often than not, I've had friends, family, or professional services which have been able to step in and give me support. And like I said, I'm so grateful that I haven't had these experiences recently and these thoughts. And I just am sending so much love to you, because you are not alone. If it helps to know that I've been there and I've been through it, and I know others who have been through it, and there are people going through it today, stay here with us. Stay here for just another night. Just keep saying that. Take each day as it comes, each hour as it comes. Just please stay here with us. So much love to you all, and I hope you enjoyed the magnificent moon that we had a few days ago. Alright, bye everyone.